Sorry, but how often do people convicted of rape get a slap on the wrist? All the time, actually. This man who pled guilty to rape and sexual assault of four teenage girls got no prison time. A man convicted of raping his niece when she was just 11 years old got no prison time. He was allowed to walk free from court with a community service order. A 25-year-old man who raped a woman also got no prison time. He just got a 2-year community order. And a teenager who repeatedly raped his 9-year-old male cousin got what? Oh, no prison time. He was handed a 2-year rehabilitation order. A Maryland police officer convicted of rape got what? Oh, no prison time. He got sentenced to home detention. And Brock Turner, who was literally caught whilst he was raping the woman, got 6 months and then he only served half of it. He got 3 months for raping a woman. Then a convicted rapist who strangled and brutalised two girls, no prison time. The judge let him walk free. And before you say, well, these are just isolated examples, of course it's going to happen sometimes, you're just making it look worse than it is. No, it's being recognised as a systemic problem. Back in 2013, it was recognised that rapists were being let off with a slap on the wrist. Then again, in 2016, it was recognised that rapists were being given a slap on the wrist. In fact, it was reported that so many convicted rapists were receiving cautions or community services. So much so that Labour MP Jenny Chapman, who obtained the figures, said she was shocked to see just how many sex offenders were being let off with non-custodial sentences. She said there are far more violent criminals and sex offenders receiving non-custodial sentences than anybody realised. Then again, in 2019, we see a recognition that rapists are being given a slap on the wrist. And over 1,000 sex offenders were let off with just a slap on the wrist in the last 4 years. I know it is more comfortable, not just for yourself, but for many people, to believe that if someone is convicted of rape, then they will go to prison for a very long time. But it's just not true. It's just not the reality. Because of rape culture, our society is more committed to protecting rapists, to not ruining their lives, to not ruining their careers, than it is to genuine accountability, genuine justice for victims, and genuine change. And that is how you end up with a criminal justice system that lets convicted rapists walk free with just a slap on the wrist. And this isn't me saying that higher sentences are the single solution to eradicating sexual violence and male violence against women. I think it's clear that our criminal justice system is fundamentally incompatible with true cultural transformation, with genuine abolishment of the patriarchy, and with forms of justice and accountability that address male violence against women and sexual violence on a systemic level. What I'm trying to highlight here is that within our current paradigm of justice and the accompanying criminal justice system, that is one that centres around punishment and retribution, rather than addressing the root causes of crime and seeking genuine societal transformation, within that current system, rapists are not being held accountable. They are getting a slap on the wrist. And whether or not you're a staunch advocate for harsher laws and tougher sentencing, or you're an abolitionist who seeks to challenge the very foundations of what justice means, we can all see that the system we have right now is a system that enables sexual violence to flourish, a system that protects perpetrators, and a system that does not deliver justice for survivors. And we should all want to change that. And this requires us to have difficult conversations about why do men rape women? Why are rape convictions so low? How does the criminal justice system facilitate sexual violence and protect rapists? What role does it play in upholding rape culture and misogynistic ideas about women? What does it mean to hold rapists accountable? How do we curb sexual violence? Does punishment genuinely propel societal change? And what is our goal with our current criminal justice system? And is it compatible with the cultural change required to genuinely eradicate sexual violence and male violence against women? But because these are such huge questions and require such huge societal transformation, many people just avoid it, convince themselves that such grand changes will never happen, and simply opt for the system that we have. But as I said before, we can all see that this system is not good. And so we need to start believing that a different system of justice and accountability is possible and start fighting to make it reality. Because otherwise, things will never get better.